Yeah.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Bacon. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Razor from RazorTube coming at you with some Rust beta guide action today. We're going to be talking about one of the monuments that you're going to be seeing inside of the Rust console beta and full release as well. So don't forget you can use this for full release. And it's going to be the Junkyard. That's right, the stinky Junkyard. And I'm here with your boy J Monkey. Woo! And we're going to go over what you can find for loot inside the Junkyard, what you get from it, and what tier monument it is. So let's get into the action. And this is the Junkyard guide for the Rust console beta for PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, and the PlayStation 5. Let's go.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
All right. So anyways, you're going to be starting to play the Rust console beta soon and full release right after that. What you're going to need to know is a little freshie, little naked on the beach, and you just wander your way onto a monument, and you find the Junkyard, which is a 0 tier monument. Anyways, so what can you find at the Junkyard that'll help you survive in Rust? Well, the first thing is you want to make sure you put up a little crab shack outside of it, or your very own base. And what you get for loot is basically barrels, which is kind of beginner loot, and your wooden crates, which are at the top, right? So what can you get in them? Let's just pop this guy right here. Scrap. Typically it's 5 scrap and you get some components. Now, what are components and how are they important to you as a beginner Rust player? Well, components are used to craft certain items in the game of Rust, and basically as you kind of work your way up the tiers and blueprints, you're going to need these components to craft every single item that you encounter within Rust. So the reason why Junkyard's so good for that is because you have a lot of barrels and a lot of wooden crates. Now, do remember when you're coming in here as a fresh spawn, or kind of like mediocre gear, I bring like a crossbow, regular bow, maybe a nail gun, some crappy wooden armor, or maybe some burlap armor, just to kind of survive. You kind of got to watch your back because this is a very big maze. Okay, so the way you know where you're at is you use the center of the Junkyard to kind of orient yourself where you're at within it. And the center of it is this crane in the middle. That we'll talk about shortly. As you can see here is we got more wooden crates, barrels. You can go around the whole thing and gather these, get your components, or you have a small tiny roll where you can get a gun within a box or a barrel. But I'll show you another important thing that you're going to want to know about the Junkyard as well before we peruse in it. Outside the Junkyard, typically you'll see like roads around it and probably other bases, but more importantly, you're going to be seeing these road signs. What are they good for, you ask, right? I'm glad you guys asked me. You can get pipes and road sign from it. Those two components in general are used to make guns, rockets, rocket tubes, roadside armor. Those are all in-game items. So if you're tiered out of your mind and you end up getting a lot of blueprints and you're working your way to endgame, this is where you're going to find a lot of those road signs, okay? So it's kind of a little tips and tricks action for you in this guide for the Junkyard. We're going to make our way back in there real quick, and then I'll show you what the center of it's all about. Now, this 0 tier monument does have a recycler in the middle on the crane. You can get all the loot that you gather inside of the Junkyard and go recycle it to get mats or materials, basically to build whatever you want or craft for crafting. The center of it is right here. What it is typically a little bottom of a satellite dish, and then you'll have one big metal structure with a crane next to it. Inside this metal structure, you typically can get like a green card. What that's used for is a basic monument puzzle. I think it's a tier 1, right? Monument puzzle. For the
yeah,
green card?
green card is tier.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I always
tier
forget.
one.
I like
Green.
struck out for a second. I'm like, whoa. So
It's all right.
these key
I love
cards you can get. There's 3 kinds of them, right? There's green, red, or green, blue, and red. The green one actually opens up like a green loot room somewhere on the map on a tier 1 monument. You get the loot from it, military crates or whatever's in there, and then you move on, take it back to your base, craft with whatever you want, or learn whatever items were in that loot room from this green card. Anyways, so back to the recycler. I kind of got off topic for a second. The recycler's here, so everything you can do here is recycle all the mats that you get from all these barrels and wooden crates, put it in the recycler, and then use it for crafting. Okay, the downfall about this recycler is it's in the middle of the junkyard, and if you don't have a friend with you to guard you while you're recycling, you are probably gonna get killed. So I know it's kind of tempting to go, oh yeah, I'm just gonna scrap some stuff inside here and be like, oh yeah, woo, get all these mats, but you still got to make it out alive. A lot of people that are new tend to get lost inside the junkyard, so you got to be cognizant of where you're at all times, and like I said before, orient yourself with this crate. Now there is no known military crates that I ran into inside this monument at all, but as you can see, when you're traveling excuse me, through the valleys of the junkyard, you got to be careful because there's A, barbed wire that's hazardous on each side, and B, each little valley is just like one straight and narrow valley. So if anybody sees you, there is minimal things to duck behind. You can't run off to the side because there's barbed wire. You can't jump out of the barbed wire or over it or through it. There's an invisible box here, or barrier rather, and basically what I'm telling you is you need to get in the junkyard, loot it, and get out. You want to maximize your trip here. You can get on the crate a little bit, but I don't think you can get on top of it. Nope.
Basically, the junkyard is a maze, but it's more of a kill funnel
Yeah.
maze.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is.
And most like new players come here. You get the couple veteran Rust players that come and kind of look and try to pick people off. So you got to be really careful. Make sure you bring some bandages as well. Bring about like 6 to 9 of them, and then some food. Make sure your food and water are up as well. This is the junkyard. Don't get lost. Loot it fast. I wouldn't recycle here. I'd go to the outpost or to a safer recycler location that you can guard easier. But that's it. That's it for the Junkyard Guide for the Rust Beta and the full release for PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Oh, look at that pumpkin. Ooh.
He just popped out.
For PS5 and the Xbox Series X. To see more guides on my channel, I'll be definitely labeling for you guys in a playlist. And you can check it out when you start watching more Rust Beta console content in the future. You can see it on my channel or Jade Monkeys. We are the Boyfriend Squad along with BioLaser. And make sure you guys drop us a sub and a like. All right. And I'll see you in the next guide.